A teenager from Elk Grove is focusing her energy on the future of the planet. Ashley's chatting with her and learning about her efforts to promote conservation.
Yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. This is Lilly, 17 years old, attends Pleasant Grove High School in Elk Grove. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And congratulations. You know, Tina, when we feature teenagers or young kids on the show, we pretty much know when you are destined for greatness. And I know we're going to see you winning a Nobel Peace Prize at some point in the future. I could already tell that. Okay, let's start with just your passion for conservation. At what age did you realize this is something you wanted to do?
Yeah, so my entire life I've been lucky enough to be really into animals, and I raise livestock, and I'm a volunteer at the Monterey Aquarium. So when I was about 14, I was kind of thinking about college, and I was like, yeah, this is something I'm very interested in and I'd like to pursue.
So you had a huge opportunity to attend a summit in Washington, D.C. last June. Tell me about the summit. What's it called, and what did you guys do when you were there?
So the summit is called the Washington Youth Summit on the Environment. About 300 teenagers are chosen from across the nation. I was lucky enough to represent Sacramento from California.
Yes.
And I got to attend lots of different speakers from across all different fields of environmental sciences. And it was very fun, and of course got to see the sights of DC and the Smithsonian Zoo. There's a picture of that actually. And get to learn more about what goes into environmental sciences from across many different scopes of fields.
Yeah, like you said, you had an opportunity to sit down with some powerful people and ask questions. What's the one thing you would say you learned from this, from going to the summit?
That's a great question. I'd say that I definitely learned that there's no linear path to really get to do what you want to do. And every person I talked to went on completely different journeys to get to where they wanted to be today. And so it just was a big message to just like be hopeful and be passionate, and that will get you to the right place.
Yeah, I feel like conservation is such an umbrella term. Is there any one area that you seem to hone in on and seem to particularly focus on?
Yeah, for me it's marine sciences. I just love the ocean. I'm very interested in deep sea sciences. That's my favorite.
All right. Okay, so what is next for you? Because obviously you're going to be graduating here shortly.
Yeah.
You went to this summit. Was there any conversations about possibly moving to the East Coast and doing stuff out there, or is mom not going to allow that?
For me, I'd like to stay on the West Coast for now and just go to college and focus on my studies, and then we'll see what happens in the future.
Okay, just for people at home, we can show pictures again if you guys want to, Cameron, but for people who are watching at home, what advice would you have for people who are going, okay, I think I know what conservation means. I would love to kind of dip my pinky toe into it. What advice would you have for people wanting to get started with the advocacy work? That's
a great question. I'd say just really, it starts with you, and it starts with your everyday life. And if you put in the effort, it's a big thing where it applies to lead by example.
Yeah.
So if you care, other people can care.
You're 17 now. So 20 years from now, what is Lilly doing?
20 years from now, hopefully working in conservation.
Yes, yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Lilly, if people want to follow your journey as a teenage conservation advocate, how can they do so?
If you'd like to follow my journey, I'm not quite sure actually.
Well, I guess I assumed there would be some kind of website or social media page, but
I actually don't have a website.
Okay,
but,
that's okay.
Yeah,
well, we wanted to celebrate you nonetheless, and thank you for representing Sacramento in Washington, D.C. Is there another summit coming up, or?
There's not. That was this is the one summit.
Okay. Well, we can't wait. Please keep us posted.
Okay.
And thank you for your advocacy work. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Lilly, everybody. If you give her a round of applause.
Yay.
I'm 17 years old and a senior in high school. This is not what I was doing. We're just entering into Sac State. Like, yay.
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 Yay. Look at my score. SAT. Ooh. All right. Thank you, guys.